Hey guys, so I was looking at YouTube and I noticed John Hammond said that eLearn Security has some real good content. Up until this point, I've been doing Try Hack Me, I've been doing some Hack the Box, and I've just been reading and studying and watching free YouTube videos. But when John Hammond said that eLearn Security has some real premium content, where they're not just going to teach you how to exploit a easy vulnerability on a web server, and there's going to be credentials just out in the open for you to get and then for you to exploit that system. Like they make it a little bit more difficult. Apparently, he mentioned how eLearn Security, they actually provide you a more or I'm sorry, the eJPT exam and some of the certifications through eLearn Security are much harder than what you would expect from, let's say, for example, the CH Master or some of these eLearn security certifications are somewhat harder than the OSCP, and how you can go for some of these certifications that they have here and learn a lot more in a more structured process. And that really drew my attention. I was like, wow, I wonder if they have a real good product. So let's go check it out, right? So I checked eLearn Security site here, and you can see they have this eJPT certification. You can click on that, and if you click on that, what you can do is, let me go back here. They'll take you to the INE site where they have this eJPT course, and I signed up for a free 7-day trial for the INE subscription, right? And so I'm not even paying for it, and they pretty much unlock a lot of the content for you to include the eJPT videos. So I thought, okay, let me check this out, right? Because if I'm paying $40 a month for the subscription, I want some premium content. I want this to be much better than Hack the Box, which if you have a Hack the Box subscription, I believe it's like 14 bucks. Try Hack Me is almost like $10 a month, right? So if I'm paying 3 times more, I want to make sure I'm getting the most bang for my buck, right? And I watch these videos. By the way, they're great videos. This guy is a pretty good instructor. Um, and after each video, you get like a question, exam question, I guess, or practice question. That's how I should put it. Um, and the practice questions aren't that difficult. Like, for instance, let's just take a look at this web recon footprinting video here. So this is like one of the first videos I was watching. We'll just take a look at this, and I'll just play a little bit of it so you can kind of get an idea. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys an overview of what that video is like. I had it 2 times speed because if you've done Try Hack Me and maybe you've done the basics course for Try Hack Me, then coming into this is very easy. Like you can play this at 2 times speed, like I did, and you could turn this 5-hour course into a 2.5-hour course, right? And he explains everything. He explains the command. He explains what's the command doing, what's the output of the commands, and why we're doing it. And that's exactly what I want to know. I don't want to know anything extra than than that? Why the 5 Ws? That's what I want to know. And at the end, and by the way, he does give you like an introduction. He explains why we're doing this, why we're looking for the robot.txt, because the robot.txt will list the specific paths that you may not want a web crawler to find, or you know, so in this case, we don't want them to find the WP admin for WordPress admin. You don't want people being able to easily search that in Google, and you want Google to ignore those searches, right? Um, so that's all really interesting. And at the end, you take this little one practice test question, which I already did, but if I wanted to do it again, let's see what it asks me. What file contains a list of directories that are not indexed by search engines? So that would be the robot.txt, like I just explained. And I'm able to explain it because the way he taught me was perfect. Couldn't have worded it better myself. And I'm going to click finish, and it's going to say, hey, you passed the, practice question. All right, so then I'll click exit, and then you go on to the next video. And so the next video is going to be who is enumeration. Then from who is enumeration to website footprinting with Netcraft. Then after that, DNS recon. And I'm taking notes in OneNote, and you can see here I've just inputted basically from when I first started the course, INE course passive recon. So the first thing I learned was passive recon. Then I learned who is enumeration, Netcraft, DNS enumeration, enumerating web firewalls, subdomains, Google Dorks, harvesters, leaked passwords, DNS zone transfers. And this all kind of just piles on each other. So as you're doing your passive recon, you're doing your Google Darks, you're trying to gain emails and possibly expose sensitive information if you're doing like a red team or pen test, and you're using those credentials. Maybe you're trying to gather as many as you can using the harvester. Then you're looking at those credentials. Maybe we got like um, Peter Smith. I'm just making up a name here. You put his name in here because when you're doing your enumeration, you found Peter Smith, and then therefore he might have his credentials here, and because he doesn't change his passwords, they're the same. So now you have his password. Then you go and you check to see if you can do a DNS zone transfer on the site that you're trying to exploit, and that would be great because now you're enumerating, you're able to find internal IP addresses. Um, Now you know more than you did. Then you go from that to host discovery. So now you're actually trying to learn more about that web server or that host. And then now you're going active and you're doing port scanning, right? So this is all very interesting because they're teaching you in a structured way, which I felt with TryHackMe, it was kind of like it was structured, but it was also kind of a mess. They could have taught me better, right? They could have taught me in a way that makes sense from a um, penetration testing assessment, right? And have that organization. So this fills all the gaps that TryHackMe didn't fill, I believe. And I have nothing but good things to say about it. I think I'm going to continue doing these labs for it. I just wanted to share my experience so far with the trial version. And eventually I'd hope to take the eJPT and move up and get some of their other exams. Now, eJPT looks like if you go to the INE site, you can actually shop for the voucher there. And it's only, let's see here, it's only $200 apparently. So that's not too bad. If you have the INE subscription, that's great. Again, it's a little more on the expensive side of the house, right? Because TryHackMe is only $10 a month. If you pay for the annual subscription, it'll probably come out to like $98 or $100, right? So this is a little bit more expensive because not just you having to pay for the voucher at the end of the day or the subscription, the INE subscription. Let's look at the subscriptions and see how much they cost. Because I already have subscription, so like I'm not so much interested in that. Um, but let me open up Chrome here and incognito. Right, let's go to INE subscription. Any subscription cost. So if you're interested, most likely this is going to change because of inflation these days. Everything's so dang expensive. Let's go to plans and pricing. So you could sign up for the 7-day trial like I did, give it a shot, see if you like it. And you can see their monthly cost is 39 bucks, which isn't that much. And for 299, you get the annual subscription, which hopefully doesn't go up. But with inflation, you never know. If I ever had to, I'd probably just get that annual one because you actually save money compared to the monthly. But I wouldn't get these premium subscriptions. That's too much in my mind. You know, yeah, yeah, no, probably not. So I think that's worth it. I might go for it. And let me just minimize that. So here's eLearn Security, and you can buy some of the vouchers straight from their sites. So essentially, what happens is that you do the course through INE. You can actually buy the eJPT voucher from INE, but some of the higher eLearn Security certifications, you're gonna have to purchase through eLearn Security, right? So like their equivalent of the OSCP, I think is eCPTX or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe one of you guys could mention that in the comments section because I'm still new to eLearn Security and learning about their certification path. It'd be nice if they had like a little picture here with the certification path, so you know like what steps you're gonna take, I guess. So far it's pretty good. Now the whole penetration testing student duration is it's 149 hours, which if you play at 2 times speed, you know, you can probably get through it in half that time, which is like 70 hours, which isn't too bad. Because I know with TryHackMe, I spent way more time troubleshooting the labs than I did in some cases doing the labs. And then watching other people's YouTube videos and hoping that they walk me through everything. I don't have to worry about that here because for the most part, if you watch the videos and you follow along, everything goes really well. Now, I haven't done their lab yet, so I'm gonna follow along with the lab and then I'll unpause it and I'll give you my review of what I thought about the labs. Well, instead of telling you about the lab, why don't I just walk you through it? Because I've never done one of their labs, and so let's just walk through it together here. So here it says a Kali GUI machine and a target machine are provided to you. The target machine is running a Windows firewall. Your task is to discover available live hosts and their open ports using Nmap and identify the running services and applications. All right, and then task, solution. Okay, cool. So let's go here. I'm going to select my region. So I'm on the West Coast. All right, start lab. So we'll go through this together, I guess. See how we like it. It's taking a little longer than expected to start that lab. One thing I do like about TryHackMe is that they let you connect to their network using a VPN. I really like that. But at the same time, it made some of the labs harder. Like some of the AD labs were really difficult when you're trying to um, pivot into the network because DNS has to be able to resolve those names. So I guess using their labs, maybe you won't run into as many technical difficulties. Because like I said, I spent more time troubleshooting the labs in most cases than I did actually doing them with TryHackMe. And for the most part, I really just wanted that to stop. So let's see. Keep this window open while you're working on the lab. Labs don't register activity will be automatically stopped. Okay. Time running. Okay, so it doesn't give me a timer on how long I'm limited to use it. Well, let's see. I'm gonna open the lab. We'll see what happens. Please wait while the lab's being built. The lab is ready. Redirect. Oh, nice. Okay. So this Kali machine looks really nice. Um, it would try hack me. I know it'll kind of, I don't know, I don't say cartoonish, but I would say I wouldn't set up my Kali Linux like that. Like this one looks like something I would set up, you know. All right. And I'm not just bashing TryHackMe. I love TryHackMe. I have most of my videos are TryHackMe videos. Um, it's good. It's just, you know, for me, I realized that I paid less, and there was a reason I paid less was because, you know, you have to deal with the road bumps when you're dealing with the labs. But hey, it is what it is, right? So I guess here they have a target IP address. Let's see what the task is here. So your Kali machine has an interface of this IP address. Know the IP address of your target is mentioned in the file root desktop target. Do not attack the gateway located at this IP address. Okay. Desktop target. Okay, it's desktop target. Let's check that out. Here's a target notepad. Oh, there we have it open for you. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I would totally start attacking other things. All right, let's open up a terminal. And so I guess our job is just to enumerate ports here. It is called host discovery, I believe. I think host discovery. Okay, so I mean, technically we already discovered the host. There's the host. I guess we're just trying to figure out like the MAC address and everything else. So this is a text document, right? This is a text document, I believe. So I'm trying to open up the terminal. Okay, there's the terminal. Attack defense. I like the way it looks. It looks very clean. All right. And so apparently this instructor guy, he's just like, hey, follow me. I'm gonna do the lab and then just follow me along. I like that. Try me, you have to read everything, and there's nothing wrong with reading. In fact, if you do try hack me, I highly recommend you use Edge. And when you use Edge, use the read out loud feature. So they have this read out loud feature here. But where is it? Oh, here it is. Read out loud. So if you had like a document here, like cybersecurity, just go to the cybersecurity webpage here. Yeah, this is just some random page. But if you click on read out loud, it'll actually read the whole page to you, which is nice. It's nice, and I usually use that for try hack me because I don't, you know, I come home from a full day of work. I'm tired. I've been reading all day. I've been, you know, grinding all day. I don't want to sit there for 2 hours reading something. I'm gonna fall asleep. So yeah, that's just me though. All right. So I'm gonna watch this video. Why not just play it and let you kind of get like a teaser of what it's like? Um, and we'll just go through this together. It's a 26-minute video, so I'll probably only watch a little bit of it. I'm also taking notes on my little OneNote here. And all right, let's do it. And another thing I like to do is a lot of people like using different note-taking things. I've found that OneNote actually works really well. So I have my target here. So what I might do is I might just do this. I might just make a subpage, make subpage, right? Or actually, I'm sorry, just make a new page. So we'll make this, we'll promote this, and then we'll make a new page, right? And this new page, I'll name it after the target that I'm going after, like you would in a real assessment. And then I'll make this a subpage, right? Subpage, host. Yeah. And notice how it's structured. See how this is the parent and this is the child. And you can easily see, okay, I'm doing a lab here and I'm finding out stuff about the host. And then next I'm gonna make other subdirectories and it's gonna be like software, or that way I could enumerate. And as I'm enumerating, I'm starting to acquire new targets, right? So I found that to be really cool. Just some tips I've learned while we're going through this and while we're both trialing INE and seeing if it's worth our $40. Oh yeah. By the way, I play everything at 2x speed, so I'm gonna slow it down for you guys. We'll go through this together. Okay, looks like I'm having an issue here. It's not recognizing my uppercase P, and I know the case matters here. Let's see if it does that for everything. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Let me do an uppercase P over here. This is a notepad, so D P. No, it's not registering my P's. What's going on here? Okay. That's really it's interesting because it should register my P's as an uppercase. Okay. Well, I guess I'll still try it. Let's see if it works. No. So let me see if I'm doing something wrong. Let me see if this is registering. This is registering uppercase P's. Why is this not registering uppercase P's? Ah, there we go. Now it's working. That was kind of weird. Maybe it was a glitch in the matrix. I don't know. So let's try it. Okay. So it's doing its thing. And he mentioned that the P is for ping because the default scan just did a, like when I was doing the three-way handshake, it did a sys scan. But this next one is doing a ping, and that's why we're a little more successful. Right. Or actually, never mind. It says right here. But blocking our ping probes, try pn-in. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's doing the sys, like during the three-way handshake, it's doing the sys, like what is it? Synchronize, acknowledge, acknowledge, synchronize, right? The three-way handshake. Um, so if you do the dash P in, it's gonna basically do it without sending the pings. So I guess, yeah, the pings are what's causing the scan to be blocked, right? So the dash PN will make it so we're not so much interested in knowing whether or not the host is up. We're just more interested in, trying to connect to the ports and see if the ports are open or not. So that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So you guys kind of get an idea here of what this is like. I'm liking it. He's explaining the command. He's explaining what we're doing. We're following along, right? And I'm guessing maybe down the line you're not gonna have it handheld as much, but even in that case, they have a solution here, and you can let's see what the solution looks like, you know. And the solution's nice. It has a write-up, a very detailed write-up, and not like try Acme where I'm searching online for a write-up and I can't find one, or if I find one, someone's redacted either the flag or they've redacted important parts of the write-up, you know, and that's a little annoying, I guess. That's why in all my videos I always provide you guys the flags. I provide you guys a write-up, like kind of like this, right? I give you guys the commands, and sometimes I'll make notes of what the commands do. Like it's nice that I don't have to go dig around the internet for that and go visit shady websites in order to get that information. Like it shouldn't be that way, right? And so it's nice that they give you a layout of everything. This is amazing. This is what I've always wanted. And paying a little extra for this, I think is well worth it. You know, the time, energy, and money it saves me at the end of the day is just well worth it to me. So I'm sold. I'm probably gonna sign up for an INE subscription. This doesn't mean I'm gonna stop making try hack me videos. I will continue making them, but I'm just gonna be a little bit less frustrated now because I have this. This is much better. Anyhow, I just wanted to give you guys a little intro and what I thought about this, give you guys literally something that you guys can see, because I know other people have done videos on INE and eJPT, but they never provide you like an actual walkthrough of what it's like. You know, if I'm spending money for a product, I want that walkthrough, right? Just like when you buy a car and you test drive it, I want to test drive that car, right? So this is cool. I hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. All right, have a good one. Danny out.